Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mommy.
How was your drawing class? Did you draw anything exciting?
We drew fruit today. I drew apples, and the teacher said they looked really good. Next class, we get to color them.
Very cool. I can't wait to see when it's finished. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Mommy, can I play video games?
Do you have homework to do?
Yes.
Well, then you better get that done first, baby girl.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, good. Just finishing up. Gotta go pick up the kiddo.
Yeah, it's about that time. By the way, great job on that proposal the other day. I have a feeling they're definitely going to go with us on this upcoming campaign.
Thanks. Yeah, me too. I feel good about it too.
So, how are you doing?
Good.
Look, I know it's been rough on you the last few months because of the loss of your husband. But if you need anything, please just ask.
I really appreciate it, but I'm fine, really. Just focusing on Jess and making sure she's okay. Well, that and focusing on work.
Okay. I just wanted to check on you, let you know that we're here for you, okay? Have a good weekend. See you Monday.
Yes, we are almost there. Oh no, oh no! Alas! What's wrong? The darn vehicle stopped.
Hello? Hey, Elise. Hey, Trish. How's it going?
Good, just checking on you.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Just finishing up some work, hanging with Jess, and trying to keep my mind busy.
Well, you won't have to worry about that tomorrow. We're still going out tomorrow night, right?
Yes. I already talked to my brother Mark, and he's gonna come and watch Jess while we're out. It'll be nice to get out for a little while and just relax and have some drinks.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Melody's already annoying me with her can't find a dress drama.
What? She's always got some kind of issue.
I know, right?
Well, let's talk more tomorrow. I need to get this done before it gets too late.
Okay, sounds good. Talk to you tomorrow?
For sure.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Amazing. Tubo, come here and help me attach it to this.
Hey, baby, what you drawing?
Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Oh, who's this?
That's me, Mommy.
Okay, so who are they? Your friends from school?
No, those are the little people.
The little people?
Yeah, the little people from far away. They say one day soon they will go back to their faraway home, and that they want me to go with them.
Little girl, you watch way too many of those crazy cartoons.
What are you working on?
Mommy's just trying to finish up some stuff for work.
Mommy, I'm thirsty. Can I go get a juice?
Yeah, you know where they are. Grab one and come back.
Okay.
Close plus. We got you.
Don't forget to close the fridge.
I won't.
Not always easy. Things don't always go according to plan. That's why there's Trimena. Trimena gives you the energy you need to take on the day.
Jess, did you get your juice?
With natural, organic ingredients, you can spend the time
Jess!
where you
Jess, are you listening to me?
Yes, Mommy.
Why didn't you answer me?
My juice spilled.
Alright, go back and sit down and I'll get you another one.
Okay.
One step as I take it sweeps me away. Beneath and above I am bursting passion, a taste of this direction, hunger and thirst I am. Focused distraction I am. I feel every part as I am. A seed in your garden I am. A piece in your madness I am.
Hey sis, how's it going?
Good, just finishing up getting ready. Thanks again for doing this. I can't remember the last time I went out.
No, don't worry about it. You know, you've been through a lot lately. You need some time to yourself.
Uncle Mark!
Oh, baby girl, how's my favorite niece doing?
I'm your only niece.
That's true, but you're still my favorite. So how you doing?
Some days are better than others. I guess I just keep trying to distract myself and not think about it. Some days I feel like taking that medication and just numbing everything out. And other days I feel strong enough, like I don't need it at all.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I always told you you don't need to be taking that crap. So, how's Jess doing?
Jess seems fine. I mean, there's some crying here and there, but honestly, I feel like she's handling it better than me. There are times where I look down and she's playing with her toys or watching TV, and I feel like I can hardly breathe.
Yeah, but she's still really young. She probably doesn't know how to fully express her emotions. Look, you guys will be just fine. It's gonna take time, but things will get better, little by little. And plus, you always got me if you need to talk or whatever. I gotta make sure my little sis is good.
Thanks.
So, who are you going out with?
Trish and Melanie.
I'm sure you ladies will have fun. Plus, you need to get out of the house.
I know, but part of me just wants to stay home and do nothing.
Oh, no. You are gonna go out and you are gonna have a good time. All right?
Are you sure you're gonna be okay without me?
Oh, yeah, I think I'll be all right. Plus, if any bad guys or monsters or zombies show up, I think I can handle it.
Okay, you know this isn't a military checkpoint, right?
Yeah, I know, but you know the mindset never leaves you, and it's a part of me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's them. Oh, you know Melanie likes you, right?
Oh boy.
Hey, hi, how are you? Oh, it's been so long. Oh, how are you? Hey, Mark.
Hi, ladies.
You ready to go?
Yeah, let me just grab my purse. I'll be right out.
Bye, Mark. Bye, Mark.
It's been a long night. Black skies glowing. We're losing light. Where am I going? Black skies glowing. The wind blows high. Winter's light. Cold and dry. I need a fresh song. And a different body. I need to. I need to find somebody. Black skies glowing. High. The wind blows high. Winter's light. Cold and dry.
Mark? What are you doing over there? Come on, cut it off. This isn't funny. Mark! What's wrong? Answer me! Jess! Jess! Oh my god, Jess, are you okay? Can you hear me, honey? Jess! Jess! Leave us alone! You really don't remember anything about last night? That's so strange. And you're sure you're feeling okay? No, I'm fine. I'm just glad it's over. Okay. Thank you again. Love you too. Bye. Okay, how do pancakes sound? You want some pancakes?
Yes, Mommy.
How's your head feeling, by the way? Does it still hurt?
No, I am fine, Mommy.
I'm still gonna have to take it to the doctor to make sure you're okay.
Yes, Mommy.
I'm just glad everything is back to normal.
So that's day 3. We're wrapping up. I'm getting out of Duke's way. And I'm gonna walk some folks out, like this one here. And I gotta reset the office, make it look like we were never there. It's a good idea. Yes. No, we did not. We'll catch up with you in a little bit. Well, it's fun. And I love films and acting, and I think that's how it started, is there weren't always people making the types of movies in my accessible circle and or the opportunities to play the kind of parts that I wanted to play. So what do you do in that situation? You make them. You make the film, write the story, make the movie. And that's how we started doing filmmaking. And that's why I make them, so that I can see the movies I want to see, play the roles I want to play, and yeah, that's why.
I'm Duke, the cinematographer for Blue Lights. I've actually met Joe at a local convenience store and we started talking about football at first, and I found out that he has a big background in acting and cinematography and filmmaking as well too, so eventually we got connected and then we started working together as well.
Man, I think this one is the reason that a lot of people don't get things done. How will scare you away from a project every time if you let it. And I understand there's a lot that goes into this kind of stuff, but how do I write the story? How do I get the people together? How do I film it? How do I light it and edit it, and effects and coloring and all this other stuff, sound design. All of that stuff is very important, but it's my experience that if you have a high passion, a high drive to get this stuff done and a good intent, a definite aim of sorts, that all of those how questions and those things just sort of make themselves available to you and they fall into place as you start the process and get through it. All of those things just sort of happen and fall in line. So I'm a firm believer of that. So don't get scared away by the how. How is not important. How does not matter. Doesn't make any difference. That stuff will just fall into place for you. So just do it. Get it done. Start it up. Don't worry about how.
As I mentioned before, my cinema, my photography background has always been here before. I do photos, I do portraits and other sort of things. But I'm typically a DP for most sets, so like when I get called to be on set, I'm used to like pulling shots, pulling focus, being an AP, being a person to directly come back to as asking questions about lighting and sort of thing like that. But this is actually my first film project that I actually did, which is a bit different from what I'm typically used to do because I'm a music video person. I shoot music videos, edit music videos as well, so film and like movies was a whole completely different ballgame for me. Something I've always been wanting to get into, just never really had the opportunity to step into it. But once I met Joe, I actually had the big opportunity to actually like shoot my first film, DP my first film, which was a really good experience, honestly. It was something new for me. It was something brand as I mentioned before, I've never done it before. So starting out, I didn't know what I was walking into, but I already had the mechanics down. I already knew camera settings, I already knew lighting, I already knew different sound equipment, I already knew how to work at different angles. I already knew everything I needed to know about actually filming a movie, just never actually done it before.
So how do we do this? How do we get this all done? What's involved in making a film or short film kind of project? My process, there's a lot of different ways to do it, and I suggest that you go on YouTube and watch 1,000 videos about all kinds of different topics, story writing and lighting and editing and coloring and all these things, and to just sort of, even if you're not going to be doing those tasks, get an idea of what it takes to get that stuff done, and it's going to help you come up with a better final product. But I always like to start with the story. You got to come up with something. What are you going to even be filming? What is this whole thing going to be about? Why is everyone getting together in the first place? So write yourself a little story and script. Try something 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 pages, 10 pages. Write yourself a little interesting story, and you start with that. Write it, and as you're writing it, you should start to have other ideas of what would be a cool kind of music that could go behind this thing that's happening, or who would be the best person to play this role, which gets into the casting and getting the right people together. Are you going to always have access to the best actors and things like that? No. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to maybe use friends and family and things like that, and maybe you should start that way. Maybe that's the way to go. Every project I've ever done, I've had at least one person in the film who had 0 acting experience that turned out to do a phenomenal job. And these are people that I knew beforehand, or I got to observe them. And I kind of had an idea that, I think that this person can do some kind of role or play a part and act or make believe. And so I had some sort of an idea that this person was capable of doing some kind of fitting in somewhere. And it was just my job to kind of figure out where they could fit in and do what they do. 9 times out of 10, it was them just being them, and that's what worked with it. So you don't always need the best actors. If you have access to it, great, get it, do it. But you don't always need that. So again, don't let that be something that stops you. Then you get into locations, and you're gonna have to go around. You're gonna have to find places. As I write my stories, I try to keep in mind what I have access to. I've got a small budget, a small crew. I'm not gonna write a story that we need to fly to Italy to start and ends up in Japan. This is something that I'm incapable of doing. We're not gonna fly here and fly there. So I write my stories and I keep in mind, what do I have access to? I've got a friend who's got a nice office. Okay, I have access to an office or a warehouse or wherever. And you try to organize your story with those things in mind as well. What do I have access to? Start to call in those favors from friends. And the more you talk to people, the more you'll realize you have access to all these interesting places and things that you didn't on your own. So, you got to talk to people and have that be part of the process. Then you get into you're shooting it and lighting it and all those sorts of things. Again, you got to get out there, you got to meet people, whether it's in social media groups and things, and you find the people that have similar interests like you and skills, and get those people to try to help you film it. I was fortunate to have a friend of mine help me shoot it and light it. Without him, it would have been a much longer process, more days of shooting, more mistakes, more time figuring out things like that. He made my life easier so I could focus on other things like collecting sound and making sure the performances of the actors were good and looking at the shot and the camera to make sure that I was happy with how it looked. And the list goes on and on and on. And I was wearing all these different hats. Now, if I had people to do all these things, we would go that route, because the more hats you wear, you're gonna realize all those little things start to suffer just a little bit because you can't put that 100% focus on it. But in this case, that's what I had to do, and we did it, and we moved forward, and that's what you got to do sometimes. So, after you get it filmed and lit, then you're gonna go into wherever, and you got to edit it. You got to get this thing clipped together. You might know someone who does that. Again, you need to try to meet these people in your works. I've got the benefit of being able to do a lot of these things myself, but that took time, and that's something that I spent time with. I wasn't able to do it at first, and you might not either. So you got to meet people, get people involved in it in your circle, and get it going. And that goes with all the other things that could come along with graphic design for your artwork of the film, and any little special effects that the film might need, and sound design and music and all these kinds of things. So there's lots of resources out there, and again, get people involved, because there's a lot, but it's not impossible, and it's not something that you can't, fight through and get done. So lots to do, but we got to still get it done. So break your process down into little steps, manageable steps. Oh, this is done. Okay, on to the next. That's what I say anyway. This is one of the most important things that I can think of if you want to do a film, because you need people. Hands down, period. Can you do it all yourself and be a one-man show and have a movie with just yourself in it and you doing all the roles and parts? You could. I don't recommend it. So you need to be out there talking to people, meeting people, collecting people. And you keep a folder of these people, a database or whatever of contacts, because you never know who is going to come into play at what point. And this film is a perfect example. The star of this film ended up auditioning for something that I had done in the past, and I ended up not getting the part, but I remember liking her ability and her talent and her skill. And I knew that I wanted to work with her on something. And she's the star of this film here. So that's a perfect example. You need to be meeting people and collecting people and keeping your relationships up and going into these social media groups and that kind of thing, because you can't do it all yourself, or maybe you can. I don't want to, so I think it's very important to start collecting people. You're going to need people to help you film it, and light it, and all this stuff. Even if it's a group of your friends and everybody takes on a role. Hey, Frank, you got to learn lighting. Sam, you got to learn sound. Susie, get behind that camera and learn everything you can. And you guys can grow into those parts and get your skills up that way as well. But yes, networking is super important. Get into it. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Zoom, meet for coffee, video chat, whatever you got to do. Just start meeting people and creating relationships. I like to also create a very positive experience while on set. You know, the people you work with, you know, when the project's done, do they want to work with you again? I hope so, because you might need them again. You know, I've had actors that have been in multiple projects of mine, and I'm thankful that they, you know, were excited, they wanted to. You want yes, 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 not no, 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 or I'll get back to you, or I just don't have the time, you know, that type of thing. So create a positive experience on set and keep your relationships good, keep networking. This is gonna save your life. So the purpose of this whole behind the scenes and this little featurette is really, I really want to get the point across that just do it. Make art, create, write stories, get them filmed, make your music, whatever it is you do, just start it, just get it done, and stop waiting. And you know, you're never going to be 100% prepared and ready. Just jump off and start doing it.
Honestly, one of the main things I would tell anyone like wanting to do a small project, film or home indie film type of vibe, is really just honestly start. Cause you really can't go wrong anywhere in all of this. Honestly, there's not much that you can do that would say as someone who, I mean, of course you're gonna get criticized for something that you do. Somebody's gonna have something to say about all sort of things. But it's all about just getting out there and starting somewhere. Because if you can't really, you're not gonna have much to show if you don't start somewhere. You feel me? Because like with me, it was one of the things with me. Like when I first picked up a camera, I was always scared about starting. I was like, hey, how do I actually reach out to this person? How do I actually do this sort of thing? But you realize the minute you start, those sort of things start coming to you. Like when I first picked up a camera, I didn't know anybody that actually did any sort of film. I didn't know anybody that did any sort of camera work. But eventually, once I got the camera, I started connecting, started networking with everybody that was actually in the field. I started learning new things. People would taught me things I didn't know. I taught people things I didn't know. And eventually, all sort of get back together to the point where it's like, hey, everything comes in together. Like bouncing ideas off of Joey, bouncing ideas off of him, bouncing ideas off of me. What would work, what wouldn't work, what setup do you want, what lighting style do you want, where do you want this kind of position, and what type of shot do you want? And all about figuring those things out. You won't be able to do any of that if you don't get started somewhere. All I'm gonna tell anybody that really wants to do any sort of film work, any sort of video work, any sort of job, any movie, any sort of, you gotta get down with the script, you gotta start writing something down first. Really just get out there and start doing it. Just really, as I mentioned, you're not gonna get anywhere unless you start somewhere. That's the biggest thing out there, just get started.
Also, to really communicate and let people know that you can get a lot done for a little. What I mean by that is you don't always need as much money as you might think. This film here, I had a budget of, I think it cost me about $1,000 to get this whole thing done. Actors paid, crews paid, feeding people, little pieces of supplies and equipment, and paying for some effects and things like that. $1,000 I saved up to do it and got it done. So I've done films for less, and that turned out great. So if you write it creatively and stay creative throughout the process, you can get a lot done for little. So take this as an example. Be inspired. Get out there. Make it happen. Make film. Shoot movies.